At the time of this recording, I've spent 20 years in the agency world, 10 of which I've been building my own businesses, and I've consulted over 800 service providers on how to productize their service and get paid for their expertise. But if I can go back and give my younger self the brutal truths about growing a business that is successful today, here are the 10 things that I would have shared that would have saved me years of pain and mistakes. So let's dive into the 10 truths. Truth number 1. You don't win the year with one big move. Everyone's rushing and making these massive January transformations, but here's what I've seen after helping hundreds of business owners. It's not about the big moves at all. It's about showing up intentionally every single day. Those small, consistent actions, they actually compound into massive results. And you know what's actually interesting? The owners who try to overhaul everything all at once usually end up right back where they started. But here's where it gets really interesting with truth number 2. And before I share it, I have a quick question. When was the last time rushing actually helped you make a better decision? Keep in mind that as we dive into this next one, because it completely will change how you think about growth altogether. I know it did for me. Truth number 2, what's the rush? Look, I get it. When revenue isn't where you want it to be, things can obviously feel urgent and pressing. And you're probably thinking that's easy for me to say, but here's what I've learned the hard way building my own agency and my own online business. Most of you are going to be running businesses, my belief is, for at least the next 20 to 30 years if you're an entrepreneur. So 1 year is tiny when we look at it in that timeline. And the moment I stopped trying to force everything to happen right now in this moment and this year or this month and started thinking in 3-year cycles, everything really started to shift. And the irony behind this is that things actually started happening faster when I slowed down and expanded the time horizon. But this only works if you understand truth number 3. Now, before I share truth number 3, I want you to think about something. What's the real difference between you and your competitors? Because truth number 3 is about to show you why that matters more than you think. Truth number 3, your perspective is your power. Stop hiding behind generic "we do X service" descriptions. The market right now is drowning in agencies and businesses doing a lot of generic work that look like other people. So here's what most people miss. Your unique way of seeing and solving problems, your personality, your approach, that's what clients actually need, not your specific deliverables. They need your perspective. I actually see businesses charging $2,000 for something that could probably command $20,000 if they just positioned their perspective properly. But this only works if you understand truth number 4. Now here's where everything changes, because once you understand your perspective's power, you need to know how to get it in front of the right people. And that's where truth number 4 actually comes in. So truth number 4 is your audience is your oxygen. Getting too consistent 30, 50, 100K months isn't about working harder. It's about having enough of the right people to sell to. Here's what changed everything for my clients. They stopped treating their marketing budget like an expense and started seeing it as an investment. Imagine confidently spending $3,000 to $5,000 on ads, knowing that your systems will turn it into $15,000 or $20,000. That's a real business. But you can't build that audience if you're paralyzed by truth number 5. So speaking of being paralyzed, raise your hand. I know we can't see each other, but raise your hand if you've ever delayed launching something because it wasn't perfect. Now, if you're raising your hand, keep that hand up, because truth number 5 is about to change how you think about mistakes. Truth number 5 is the fastest way to success is making mistakes faster. Now, I know this maybe sounds counterintuitive, but stick with me here. Most owners are paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong moves. But here's what I've seen, and I've seen it time and time again. Success isn't about avoiding mistakes. It's about making them faster and learning from them quickly. The owner who tests their offers fast, get their marketing message out into the world, and then adjust based on real feedback, they're the ones who actually win. And they win a whole lot faster than those who don't say anything at all to their market. This leads perfectly into truth number 6, which I'm gonna say might be a hard pill to swallow. Now, before I share the next truth, let me ask you something. How many great ideas do you have sitting in your notes app right now? I know I have probably a ton. Truth 6 is about to make you feel uncomfortable about that. Truth number 6 is that people judge you by your actions, not by your intentions. The market doesn't care about your potential. It doesn't care about your perfect plan. It only cares about what you actually put out into to the world. I see so many owners that are kind of stuck in like planning mode or that someday thinking, but your clients, your team, your family, they all respond to the things that you do, not the things that you plan to do. And the truth becomes even more critical when you understand truth number 7. Now, this next truth, it's the one that usually makes people the most uncomfortable because it forces you to look at something that you might actually be avoiding. Truth number 7, your time is worth more than money. When I started, I said yes to every project because I was afraid to leave money on the table. I don't know if that sounds familiar or not, but here's the math that changed everything for my clients. That $3,000 project that takes 40 hours, it's actually costing you $15,000 in opportunity cost. You can always make more money, but you can't make more time. That's something I learned from Alan Weiss, who wrote the Consulting Bible. This realization leads directly into truth number 8, which shows you how to actually protect that time. If you're starting to realize how valuable your time is, you're going to love this next truth because it shows you exactly how to make every hour count. Truth number 8 is the quality of your life comes down to the quality of your daily habits. Everyone's looking for a big breakthrough moment, but after 2 decades in this game, I can tell you that it's not about major moves. It's about what you do every single day. The morning routine that keeps you sharp, the weekly planning that prevents the fires, the daily content that builds your authority. These small habits compound over time and allow you to create massive results. My friend Phil Graham says you have to behave your way to your goals. But again, these habits only stick if you understand truth number 9. Now, before I share the next truth, think about the last time you felt burnt out, because truth 9 explains exactly why that probably happened. Truth number 9, your business can't outrun your personal foundation. Most owners think that their next breakthrough is hiding in some fancy strategy or new tactic. I love tactics, I love strategies, I love tools, but I've watched hundreds of owners hit the same wall. That's why I take Fridays off. I mountain bike on Wednesdays. I have coffee with my wife most mornings. And these aren't actually luxury items. They're the foundation that lets me show up as the CEO that my business actually needs. The last truth, it's the one that kind of ties all of this stuff together, and it might be the most counterintuitive one of them all. Truth number 10 is lighten up. Yep. Lighten up. This is supposed to be fun, and it's never as bad as it seems when things are rough or as amazing as it feels when things are flying high and everything seems to be going great. The most successful owners have this weird superpower, if you will, and they care really deeply about the outcomes while staying oddly detached from any single specific result. They treat their business more like an adventure and not a burden. Your next client isn't your last chance. That project hiccup isn't the end of the world. The moment you lighten up is the moment that things actually start to flow for you. Now that you know these 10 truths, which one resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're ready to see how I help agency owners, founders, service providers implement these principles to build businesses they actually enjoy, then check out the link in the description or go ahead and watch this video.